Stages. This is where we're shooting today. I take video before we can't take video. Yeah, so we're going to be here at the Stages today. Glad to be working. See what we're going to do. I probably can't show you guys anything once we start putting everything together. All right. So we're at lunch break today. Finally, part of my happy news yesterday was I got a 3-day commercial, which is great and all. So now I'm here. I'm present and accounted for. It is lunchtime. I just chewed up some pork rinds. That's not what I started with. I had 3 chicken thighs, had some beef jerky, had some pork rinds. That's what I had for lunch. Water's almost gone. Got all my supplement pills. So yesterday I got beef liver supplements. So I don't think I can stomach beef liver right now. So I'm taking 4 beef liver capsules a day. Let's do this way. Can you do all those at once? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pills. Yep. My wife does one at a time. I'm like, what are you doing? She's on several medications, and she'll sit there and like one, and she puts it in the back of her throat on her tongue and takes a sip of water. She does another one. I'm like, it takes you 47 minutes to swallow your pills. What is wrong with you? I wonder that was probably loud. I just smacked my mic. But no, I appreciate the work. Like, I needed to work. Like, I haven't worked. Well, I did that Will Ferrell thing, like 5 weeks ago, maybe, at this point. And that's the last time I worked. For anyone just tuning in, like, I work in the film industry. I do set lighting. You work job to job. You work contract to contract. And I usually do movies, which usually lasts anywhere between 4 weeks to 12 weeks of work. I've done television shows. This last year, I did almost 10 months on a television show called The Rookie Feds. And that was great money. And it was a pretty easy job. But yeah, this is a commercial for basically like some tractor lawnmowers or something. I don't know. Don't really care. You want to know how much we make in the film business doing set lighting? We're the guys walking around manipulating the lights, making the actors look pretty, making the objects look pretty, whatever. Like, this is a non-union gig, but it's $700 for 12 hours. For LA, that's not a lot of money. I mean, it's okay money. You can live on that if you stay busy. But like, if you work on a movie, you're working long hours, you can make more than that. If you're working commercials, I think commercials an hour, like upwards of like $800 for 10 hours. So instead of 12 hours, I mean, it's a better rate because you're doing the contract's a 10-hour contract. So anything over 10 hours, you're getting overtime. 12 hours, we have to wait till we get past 12 hours to start generating more overtime. Basically, the overtime is wrapped into the 12 hours. But yeah, so we're doing this today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Kind of bummed, like, like yesterday I had a good day, but, getting this job meant I had to tell my friend Kayla, who I was going to meet, and I've kept putting it off because every Tuesday something is coming up, and that's like my religion is to go to the Improv. and she recently wanted to go, and I keep putting it off and telling her and canceling on her. So yesterday I had to hit her up and say, hey, listen, I got a job last minute and I have to take it. Like, I haven't worked. So obviously I need the income. So she totally understood and stuff. So, but it just, I told her, bummed her out. She's like, well, what about next Tuesday? I said, next Tuesday is when I leave. Next Tuesday I'll be in Vegas, and then I'll be gone for the week, going off to Wichita and stuff. So yeah, I don't know when. Um, Sorry if that looks gross. I'm like flossing, and there'll be a little piece of chicken, and I'm just like eating it. Whatever. I don't give a shit. That's what I do. What am I gonna do? Spit it on the ground? Um, and then also tomorrow I had to cancel this podcast. So I was supposed to do a podcast with this comedian Jason Schuster. He's very funny. He has a really cool podcast called the Roadshow Podcast, and we were supposed to do it, I think, back in December, and then he had to cancel on me and push it out, so he pushed it to January. And then I told him, he hit me up yesterday with some information about like where to park and everything. I said, bro, I like literally just got work 20 minutes before you sent me this. And so I had to cancel on him, so we're going to reschedule that. But I mean, he said he's pretty booked up, so I mean, it could be 6 months before I get on his podcast, which sucks, but it is what it is. I have to take care of my family and myself first before anything else. Other than that, I still have a show tomorrow night, and I should be able to get out of here by 7 p.m. and head off to my show. Or at least that's what I was told I could do. Anyways, I got to get back to work here in a minute, but yeah, no big posts over the next few days. I might see if I can do one of my AI videos, or just do some more shorts here. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Feels good to be on my ass again. I worked today. Let's see. Worked about 11 hours, almost 11 and a half hours on set. And it was more work in one day than some shows where I've worked in a week. It was a lot of work. My back hurts so bad. Like, if you don't know, I have degenerative disc disease in my lower back and my spine, whatever. I have 2 vertebrae with like no disc in the middle, like there's like no cushion or anything, so it hurts. I got a cortisone shot a few months ago, and that's definitely helped, and really haven't felt much of anything until today. I have a back brace, but I worked a 2-day thing last month, and of course I left it there. And then my boss is like, hey, I think that was yours, and I grabbed it. So my boss has it. My boss that I work with a lot, but he's not on the gig I'm working on right now. It's some like tractor lawnmower commercial. I don't know. I don't even know the brand. They're like, oh, you can't take pictures, you can't show video. Like, stupid dude. Like, I get it. Like, there's NDA contracts that you sign, non-disclosure agreements, right? And you fill out all this paperwork. But then you work on something like this, and there's no freaking paperwork. Like, where's the paperwork? I haven't signed anything yet. Like, where's the paperwork for my paycheck? Where's the paperwork for the non-disclosure agreement? I could have took photos all day today and then just put them on the internet. They can't, I mean, yeah, I guess they could fire me, but you can't sue me or anything. I didn't sign nothing. No one told me I couldn't. That's why you're supposed to do the paperwork at the beginning. Annoyed with, like Like, just how stupid some people are. Unorganized. Just don't know how to do their jobs. My back hurts. Sorry, I'm complaining now. Just probably because my back hurts and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I did miss the improv today, but I do have a show tomorrow. My guy Miles, he brought me onto this commercial, and I told him, I said, "Look, dude," I go, "I have a show Wednesday night," and he goes, and this was text. He goes, and I said, "Well, the show starts at 7:30, but I can let the producer know that I'm gonna be running late if he could put me towards the back end of the show. But I would still have to leave work around 7. And he goes, "Okay, that should work." Okay. Should for you, must be for me, because I ain't gonna just not show up tomorrow night. So we'll see what happens. But tomorrow's a shoot day. Like, we're not wrapping out until Thursday, and it's gonna take us hours to break everything down. Ugh. But tomorrow's a shoot day, so the work should be a lot lighter than it was today, and a lot lighter than it will be Thursday. So I guess that kind of works out in everyone's favor if I do have to split a little early. Yeah. I don't even, like, I was like, man, yesterday when I got this job, I was like, yeah, when I get home after work on Tuesday, I'll go over what kind of jokes I'm going to do for Wednesday. And, like, right now, I'm like, I'm mentally, like, just so tired. I think I'm going to just pick my set. I have this bucket list set that I do, and it's about 5 or 6 minutes, the first chunk of it. I think I'm getting 10 minutes tomorrow night. But it's like 5 or 6 minutes of things I don't like to do. And that's what my bucket list is. I call it a fuck that list. But it's a list of things I don't want to do. And then I have a callback at the end. So I think what I'll do is excuse me. I'll do the bucket list joke, and then I have a 9/11 joke that I wrote a couple years ago. That I'm still working on, and I keep tightening it up, and so I think I'll run through that joke as well, because that joke in total is about a 3-minute joke, 3.5-minute joke. It's probably more like 4 minutes. So if I do, if I do the bucket list joke, then the 9/11 joke, and then I could close out with my car accident joke, which is, it's a good, like, hey, don't drink and drive. You know, and it's a story about me getting in a car accident. It was when my buddy Jason Doby and I got in a car accident. And this was a long time ago. But my car got crunched. We got hit by some drunk driver. So I talk about that. And, like, hey, don't drink and drive on your way home. And it's really important. And then at the end of that little PSA and story of my car accident, I drop a joke. And it's a callback to the 5 minutes that I do at the beginning. So we just recently, like I say we, because Miguel and I were working on piecing that together like 2 months ago, and it seems to be working out well. You know, always changing and evolving, and it's just getting better and better. But I think I'm going to do that tomorrow night, and then now mentally I don't really have to think about it until tomorrow night when I show up. It's in 1,000. The show's can't even talk right now. The show's in 1,000 Oaks. The show is in 1,000 Oaks. Jeez. At this place called Tilted Kilt, which is a really cool little bar. I really like it. I've been there a few times. Been there to a couple shows. I've been in a show there. It's fun. They treat us well. It's a good place. So only problem is it's like a 45-minute drive, so I'm going to get out of work. Fortunately, work is literally like 5 minutes around the corner from my house, so I'm going to get out of work, rush home, take a really fast shower, put on some nicer clothes, probably chug a 5-hour energy drink, which I don't want to do because of the being in ketosis or whatnot. But maybe I can get a shot of espresso from work right before I leave, or maybe a cup of coffee. Just drink it black, sip on it on the way to keep my ass awake. Yeah, and then head out. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, thank you guys. You guys are all lovely. Not much, just really in the prep phase for going on this little mini road trip next week. We are going out next week. We hit the road next Tuesday. We'll be in Vegas one night. We'll be in Albuquerque, and then we'll be in Wichita for 3 nights. Albuquerque, we're not performing unless we might find a mic or something there. But we will be staying there because it's kind of the halfway spot between Las Vegas and Wichita. So, yeah.